Hi besties, welcome back to one of my videos. Today we're going to be picking out my TBR for March, and I wanted to figure out like a fun way to do it. And I was going through some of my stuff, and I used to have an Illumicrate subscription, and in that we got TBR prompt cards. So like on these cards there's like a bunch of prompts. Like this one says a book with multiple POVs. So I think I'm going to use these today, and I'm going to pick 6 to 8. We'll see how we're feeling. Prompts, and then we're gonna go to my TBR, which is on the bottom of these bookshelves. They're kind of a mess right now. I know I just organized them, but I read like 18 books in February, which like a little reorganizing and such. But I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna shuffle these. I'm gonna split the decks in half. There's actually quite a bit, so I'm gonna shuffle them. I'm going to split the deck in half and then let's pick 3 from each deck for now, and then if we want to do 8, we can do 8. This would be a fun idea. So they're shuffled. I do have an immediate TBR too that I'm going to try to match these prompts with, that I think would work with my immediate TBR, but that's the fun with this one. So if we get something bizarre that we can't match to any of the books that are on my radar, maybe we'll pull in some books that I've had for quite some time or might not be on my radar but probably are a good read type of thing. So if I split this in half, so I have half the deck now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close my eyes and then just randomly pick some. I'm gonna shuffle them a little bit, and then you guys will see before me. I don't know if it'll be upside down or not, but this is the first one. This is the second one. And then the third one for this pile, we're gonna go this one. Okay, so they're all backwards. I don't know what they say. You guys know what they say. I'll put it on the screen if they were upside down or like you couldn't read them. I'll put them on the screen. So then for the second stack I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna close my eyes and randomly pick. So let's shuffle them up a little bit. Let's pick this one. We have this one, and let's pick this one. Okay, so we have 6 prompts. So now we have the 6 prompts. I'm just gonna go through them with you guys, because I don't even know what they are. So the first one is the shortest book on your TBR. So that's gonna be a fun one. I think for this one, I'm gonna do the shortest book on my like immediate TBR, because I have like 20 to 25 books on my immediate TBR. So I'm gonna do the shortest book on that immediate TBR. We have a book from an author you've never read before. That's a fun one. I have plenty of those, so I'm super excited about that prompt. The next one, I actually really love this color. Oops. A science fiction book. Okay, we're reading sci-fi this month. That's fine. Next up, we have a book by a debut author. So does that mean like that's only written like one book and it's like their debut book? I'm gonna have to like look this up because I don't know if I have. I might just do like a debut novel for an author. Next one, a book recommended by everyone you know. This one will be an easy one because I have a lot of those on my TBR. Because I'm a sucker for like seeing like a quote or a scene or something, and I like immediately buy the book and I'm like, I think I need it. And then lastly, we have the longest book. So we got the shortest and the longest book. That's so funny. Cool. Okay, so right here is like I pulled out some books from my immediate TBR that I want to get to. So for my longest book on my TBR, this one's perfect. First prompt we're going to do is the longest book on your TBR, and I'm picking up Chain of Gold. This book is 582 pages. So this book was the longest book on my immediate TBR. So we're going with Chain of Gold. I did already start it. I'm like 100 pages in, but I'm excited to like continue the story and stuff like that. So this is going to be added to the TBR. I should be able to finish it this month, seeming I'm in the middle of it, but you never know. So that's that prompt. What we're gonna do is a book recommended by everyone you know. I'm gonna go Powerless for this prompt because everyone I know recommends this series, and this is the third book, and I have read the first one, I've read the second one, and I absolutely loved them. So I'm super excited to dive into this one, adding it to my TBR. We'll definitely be getting this done this month. This year I've been trying to do TBRs that I know will be like obtainable, and TBRs that I know like I'm excited for the books and I'm excited to read them and stuff like that. So that's why I'm like picking these books, and they're probably not a surprise if you like saw my TBR from last month, or if you follow me on any of my social medias of like what I've been reading, because I've been in like a romance mood and that sort of thing. Next one, we're gonna do a book from an author you've read before. So a book from an author that you've read before, and it kind of matches the color. A Drop of Pretty Poison by Kelsey Clayton. This is book 2 of the series. I've already read book 1. I actually just picked this one up so I could continue this series, but the series is a sports romance and there's some mystery to it. It ends, oh, I don't know if there's mystery to it. This book is just like a romance story, and the second book leads off on like a cliffhanger between the two. They're not interconnected standalones by any means. It's like the same story for the two of them. So it's just a continuation of that. So I'm gonna do that for a book by an author that I've read before. As you can also tell, these are all parts of series. I'm trying to finish series. Like, my focuses this year has been series by far. I am in the middle of so many, and I'm trying to finish a lot of series. Next one I have is a book by a debut author. So I think, and I might be wrong, so don't quote me on this, but I really want to read this book, so it's perfect for this. I'm gonna do The Nanny by Lana Ferguson. I think this is her debut novel. I could be completely wrong, but we're just gonna go with it. So I have The Nanny by Lana Ferguson. This one I picked up like last year, I think, and I've heard nothing but good things about it. It's a single dad nanny romance, hence the Nanny title. I heard it's like very spicy, and it's 400 pages. So if you know me, a 400-page romance novel better be good. So going off of the shortest book on your TBR, I actually just recently got this as book mail, but I'm gonna do Butcher and Blackbird. It's like 123 pages, so it's pretty short, especially for a romance book, and it's a serial unreliable romance, and I've heard nothing but good things about this book, and book 2 actually comes out soon. So I want to get through this one very soon so I can be with the hype when the next one comes out, and it's a spicy thriller mystery type of romance book. So lastly, for the cards that I pulled, I got a science fiction book. This one I'm not in the science fiction mood. I haven't been this year so far, but I picked a book that is a science fiction romance. I've never actually heard it talked about, really. I think I found this one on like a Reddit post. Sometimes when I get bored, I'll go into like the depths of Reddit, like romance subreddit books, like romance books subreddit, stuff like that, and I'll like search up I'll like go through to see like what books people are talking about and stuff, because the one thing I like about Reddit is it's like very vast amount of people, because you can be anonymous, and also like the community isn't very toxic on book side of things because there's nothing to be toxic about. So it's like just like very peaceful thread to be going through. But I think I found this on there. It's The City of Shattered Lights. I'm pretty sure it's a sapphic romance sci-fi series. I think it's a series. But it's been on my TBR for more than a year now, so we're really digging in the archives for these books, and I'm super excited to read this, and hopefully I can get in the mood this month and get this done, because I would love to be able to read all of these books and come back at the end of the month to do my wrap-up and be like, I finished all of these books and I can't wait to tell you about them. Okay, we're gonna pick 2 more because this is fun and I don't want to stop, and 6 is not enough, so we're gonna pick 2 more. We'll settle on 8 for this video, but here. Okay, let's go this one, and we'll go this one. Okay. Ooh, we got pretty colors. So first up is the oldest book on your TBR. This one is a collection of short stories, and I think I don't have any books on my TBR for this one, so we might have to pull a new one, but I'm gonna go check. And I'm gonna grab the oldest book on my TBR. Okay. I don't think I have a collection of short stories. I just looked, I couldn't find anything, so we're just gonna pick a new one quick. Can we shuffle these back up? And then we'll go ahead. I'm just gonna pick the top one. That's this, and then we got a book you bought for the cover. Ooh, okay. I have the perfect one for this one. Okay, so for the oldest book on your TBR, I found The Fever King by Victoria Lee. This was actually gifted to me like over 2 years ago. I have a bunch of old books. I don't know the longest book that's been on my TBR, but I know this one's been on for a very long time, so we're gonna add this one to my TBR. It's a YA fantasy romance, I think. It also looks like it could be sci-fi, so maybe this will help me get into the sci-fi mood as well. And then a book you bought for the cover. I'm gonna go with You with a View. I solely based this off the cover when I bought this book. I think the cover is stunning, and I remember like seeing it on the shelf and being like, wait, I need to read what that's about. So I picked it up and I can't wait to read it. I meant to read it in February because it's giving off like Valentine's love vibes, but I didn't. So I'm bumping it to my March TBR. This is perfect prompt for it. And those are the 8 books. So we have the 8 books on my TBR. We're just gonna do a little recap. So we have Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. We have Powerless by Elsie Silver. We have A Drop of Pretty Poison by Kelsey Clayton. We have The Nanny by Lana Ferguson. We have You with a View by Jessica Joyce. We have The Fever King by Victoria Lee. We have City of Scattered Lights by Claire Wynn. And then lastly, we have Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver. And that is my TBR for March. Let me know if you guys liked this kind of picking your TBR, and let me know if you have any kind of like other fun ways to pick your TBR. I've seen like the board game ones. I'm not very creative, so I don't know if I could be making my own board game, but let me know if you guys like this. And as always, do all the good YouTube things, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time.